Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Zach and this is my YouTube channel. So guys, I told you that she will never reason. There is no analysis at all during her vlogs or during her discussion. It is not even a reaction. All types of her videos has ever been hogwash, watered down with unprintables and laced with insult. That is the cryptic nature of this witch. Are you there? You know, she believes in witchcraft and believes in other things, that there is no humanity in her. You know, to a point of descending low, below the belt. Let me ask you something. What does Amqarol want in ZACKSNR Panties? What does Amqarol want in Amqarol Panties? Because every time and then, she's gallivanting, if not in Amqarol Panties, it's in my pants. Are you there? There are substantial questions that I will ask you going forward because it will mark the essence of this analysis and review going forward. You know, what has perturbed me is like yesterday, she dedicated the whole video to discuss my persona. Not only my persona, she descended very low discussing my manhood. You know, I will tell you something about the manhood, more so the manhood of the Luo nations, that I've never prevented the Luo nation to ascend to the presidency. It's a story that I want to let you know, and it's connected. You know, it's gone cultural way. It's dragged my community in it, thinking that I will feel so bad. You know, I won't feel bad because it is not my cultural way. It's not my cultural practice. I will only feel bad when you attack my cultural practice. You know, more so, the cultural issues women were not considered. Women will never come to the table of men or the table of elders to discuss such kind of issues. So who unto you, how you are brought up, it shows how archaic you are. It shows how stupid, idiotic you are, so to speaking. So the question itself will come after watching this video that Amqarol turned so chaotic, turned so insultive to print me and categorize me in a particular kind of a sports and a box, the cultural box itself. And going forward,
he's an idiot. I said that this man was an idiot and he came crying. No, bro. You are a very stupid idiot guy. You are very stupid and circumcised idiot guy. You can take me to where you want to take me. I will tell you for free. But now the thing is that I don't have time for you. You're really looking for my time, but you don't even deserve my time. You get the tingle, guys? Someone will be like looking for you for no apparent reason. Bro, sit in your small corner with your orange t-shirt to be talking to me about me every day. Take your time, you know? And I hate liars, you know? When you start lying, then, you know, even the introduction, guys, that I did, it was not about, oh, this channel, welcome, guys. Here we don't insult. No, today.
And the essence of the video is like to act as a receipt and to tell you how insultive this witch was. You know, that is her name because she believes in them, she practices it. That's why in any point she can stand and start arguing with men, because at the background she knows that she's stepping on witchcraft. She even went ahead of threatening me that I'm yapping because I'm very far. Amqarol, I hope you are ready for this. What would we have done if I were in Kenya right now and addressing you the same way I'm addressing you? Let me let you know, if I was in Kenya, I would be addressing you point blank, every daily. I would even come to your doorstep to do the same thing I'm doing right now, and it will take me nowhere. You think I'm the feeble man around you that you think I'm so feeble? I'm not. You think I'm scared of you? I'm not. So the question that you should ask this lady is one. She's calling me idiot and stupid. And why is the reasons why she's calling me idiot and stupid? Because of the truth. I will come to show you the truth of it, because the truth I said of Fellow the Boy, money they used Fellow the Boy as a conduit to siphon fund from Sir Edward. She never talked about it. That one I've hungered her. I told you she will never let her brain work, because her brain is working in a reversal gear or a reversal mode. Or however times she is so cynic that it will never even reason, so senile. You know, the question now that she's calling me uncircumcised, how did Amqarol knows that I'm uncircumcised? Because there is only two ways to it. If my community practice that rite of passage, no, my community doesn't practice. So why are you referring it to it? Because all the things that you talked about, it's about the Bantus cultural. I am a Nilot, and a river like Nilot. We migrated right from Sudan back to Kenya, right? So how did you know all these things? How did you know about all these things going forward? You know, the question that you guys, you should be posting back to her, because she thinks I'm stupid. She thinks I'm an idiot. She thinks that I'm a dunce. You compare me with Amqarol, you put me here and Amqarol, my friend. She's not my match. She's not even my type. She cannot even match me in anything. Be it in a classroom, be it in how we reason, be it in how we present ourselves outside here, because first of all, I don't lie. First of all, I'm not insultive. But my cryptic nature is like, I throw back what I'm given. If you give me bad energy, I do it triple. And this is in my response. I'm doing it. So that is the only way that Amqarol could have known that I'm not circumcised. Either we were naked with him, with her, in the same room, feeding on her bearded meat, which she served me so well. Are you there? And that rant alone really tells and shows that his husband, the husband, should be charged with a criminal negligence, because you should never let this sex siren or this sex songbird to come and utter all these kinds of manhood and mazak manhood. Simply means the husband is so delinquent in bed, the husband is so delinquent in matters bearded meat. If you see any woman ranting about a man's manhood, really shows you that she's being starved. Therefore, she has to talk about Amqarol's manhood, Amqarol's pant, Zack's manhood, Zack's pant, and the Luo Nation's manhood, because she's preempting something. She wants to be given a magic stick. She wants to be satisfied. That's the reason why I'm telling that the husband should be arrested and charged with the criminal negligence of starving this songbird and sex siren going forward. You know, I want to tell you this. Anytime you reason, for people who might not know the issue that we have in Kenya, Kenya nation, we have 46 tribes and others. And we have the four or five big tribes. And most time, people are tribal when we approach election. And any other kind of things, anytime when a Luo will come down and speak the matters reasons and the matters that are making sense in any public podium, political podium, therefore, other kind of community will descend low and will point to their manhood as their shortcoming. It ain't my shortcoming. And it will never be my shortcoming. It will never, it has never been. Are you there? Anytime you tell them the truth and you corner them, they descend low below the belt. They want to pinpoint your point. They want to pinpoint the issue of uncircumcised. It is my wife who knows the issue of my manhood. It is my wife who knows whether I'm circumcised or not uncircumcised. Unless the sex siren and songbird and the bearded meat peddler at one time peddled meat, bearded meat for me. Therefore, that's the time she discovered that I'm not circumcised. Hence, the husband must be questioned. The husband must also question her immorality, her infidelity, ethos. My friend, I will be telling you other stories after. Because I'm a jack of all trades. I've worked in several organizations. I started a journey in Middle East where I started working in Israel. But because of this kind of war that is getting on, because the same company is a worldwide company, they transferred me to Abu Dhabi. In Abu Dhabi, later I went back to Israel. Because of the precipice of the war, I was transferred to Dubai. I used to stay in a place called Al Sarajat. Are you there? So I know the busyness that our women, mostly from Kenya and Africa, did. They do peddling. It's another story that I will let you know why this lady was deported. The lady came to Dubai and was deported back to Kenya because of some shoddy deal and shoddy business. It's another story that I will feature because she wanted this, I'm onto this, and I want to face her full throttle going forward. So guys, I want to let you to know about the stories of the Luo nations. But before letting you know the story about the Luo nations, how their manhoods are only important when you approach election. Our manhood are very important when you challenge them. Are you there? That one is going to come in the next episode. Before I delve into that, if you're coming across this video for the very first time, kindly click at the notification bell. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so that whenever I upload a video, YouTube channel notify you instantly. Let's dive in after a break. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Zack and this is my YouTube channel. So guys, I wanted to tell you the story of the Luo nations with the circumcision itself. Because it's a story that very many people have misconstrued, and it's a myth that was created by the political class or the political caucus, just only like to chide the Luo people, and they've been missing the point a lot. You know, we have different tribes. I'm a Luo, and the Luo nation has contributed immensely to the Kenyan's growth, and even to the worldwide. The Luo nations have produced very important people. The Luo nation is known to have migrated from Bahr al Ghazal, that is South Sudan, going through the way Lake Victoria, along the River Nile, from the lower part of Uganda, northern eastern, then spreading to the western part of Kenya along the way. The Luo nation is a clan. It shouldn't be a tribe. The same way that says it's a clan, because we have a sub-clans of the Luo. Right now, as we speak, the Luo nation is divided to 13 clans, and they are in 13 countries as we're going forward. We have the Luo nations in Kenya. We have the Luo nation in Tanzania. We have the Luo nation in Ethiopia. We have the Luo nations in South Sudan. We have the Luo nation in Cameroon. We have the Luo nation in Congo. We have the Luo nation in Central African Republic, plus other sources and other countries, because there are 13 that I could not exhaust now. So when I talk of the Dinka, I talk of the Nuer, I talk of the Choli, I talk of the Langi, I talk of the Shiluk, I talk of the Jonam, I talk of the Luka Virondo, Tanzania, I talk of the Luramogi in Kenya, I talk of we have the Luo in Ethiopia. I've forgotten how they've been called. We have got all the same, because we are all the River Lake Nilotes. So every community in Kenya, be it River Lake Nilotes, Plain Nilotes, Bantus, Highland Nilotes, are you there? Every people come in Kenya with their own cultural practices and culture. Every community has got their own rite of passage, but majority of Bantus has got their own rite of passage through passing out circumcisions. They were even taking ladies, but it's because the law itself said that with the ladies is so backward. That is female genital mutilation. It was stopped, but others are still up to now practicing it. So backward. In my community, as I want to speak, we have 3 communities in Kenya that are not going through under circumcisions. We have, that's the Luo, and that is the Turukanas. In fact, we have the Maasais, and we have there's this community, say in Western Kenya. People think they are Bantus or the lawyers. They are not lawyers. They are, in fact, they are the plain nilots. How do we call them? This the community that Polo Tuoma comes from. They are also in Uganda. We call them what? Where Okia Matata is coming from. This is I've forgotten. I will remember. I will tell you. So those 4 communities are not circumcised. But it came a point where the Luos were being demonized when it comes to matters manhood, and other communities were not. The reason is why, because the Luo nations were the people who had the charisma, who had the oomph to speak the truth to the power. And it happened by that time, those who were in power were the Bantus. And there was back and forth, but because the people feared the essence that the Luo community itself, how did they express themselves with the utmost truth, with the utmost eloquence and fluency, with the utmost most truth. They will tell you, they will come bold and tell you unwantedly without a regret. You know, it's the community who have stood the test of the time that now you see even the rest of the Gen Zs, because that's the trajectory that the Luo nations have championed. I'm telling you, without the Luo nation itself, the Kenya would be another Uganda. I'm very sorry to the Uganda. I'm not chiding Ugandans. I think the leadership itself. Without the Luo nations in Kenya, I don't think. But because it has been, because we are out there, we talk our mind. In fact, our culture itself really brought us. If majority of people don't know the kind of rite of passage of the Luo nation, the Luo nations, there was a removal of the six teeth, the 3 upper and the 3 lower, with a chisel and a hammer. There's no local anesthesia, where at any point, the moment you reach age 8, you will be chased with a village elder, with the Luo councils of elder, and a medicine man, who will come with a chisel, knock you down. Are you there? Insert that chisel on your dental formula and remove 3 of them with an hammer, 3 and upper. No local anesthesia. Now compare that one with the circumcision. Which one is more painful? So, Amqarol, you are talking with a real soldier. I never underwent it, because by the time when I grew up, it was phased out already, because majority of people had got their dental formula demolished. That's why if you go back to my country, if you go back to Siaya, you'll find men and women with their jaw dispositioned, with their jaw broken, just because of that rite of passage. So it was backward at a cake, we left it. So it was never our culture. In the world of today, it is open. You might find a Luo who is circumcised. Maybe it's circumcised. A Luo could be circumcised, maybe because is belonging to a religion that's circumcised. One religion, it could be a Christian or a Muslim. One of a religion that's a Christian is from the church called Nomia. Nomia, before they take you to baptism, are you there? They have to do what? You have to go undergo circumcision. Other people belong to, and basically Nomia is a church that founds in Western Kenya, mostly in Siaya, a Lego game, and mostly is a Luo church. So majority of the congregants of that church undergone circumcision. So these things of you want to meet a Luo anywhere, they name somebody with therefore you want to categorize people not circumcised. My friend, sometimes why I say sometimes you reason, sometimes you think. Maybe you might find a Luo who is a Islam, must undergo circumcision. Or maybe you might find a Luo on the top of my caliber who just believe in medical health. You know, because I told you I've been working with an NGO, and the NGO itself recruited me to work. And when you remember the things called UNIM, University of Nairobi, Illinois, Manitoba, so it was a research that was done by the University of Nairobi and the US in Manitoba. Are you there? In US, Illinois, and South Africa. Are you there? And this prospect study was carried in major capital cities in Africa, in Kampala, in Nairobi, and in South Africa. I think Cape Town. So a research was done, and they came out that the circumcised men has got 60% partial protection against HIV and AIDS. Mark my words, self. Circumcision doesn't guarantee you protection, full protection of HIV and AIDS. It only reduces your chances 60% of acquiring HIV and AIDS. And that forms the background on how most Luo guys were circumcised. They were circumcised not culturally. They were circumcised medically in hospital setups, because the more of the project that we rolled mostly in Luo Nyanza and Western Nyanza. At this time, we even went in the other sides of Bomet. The children whose parents could never afford the fees because we were doing it free, who could never bear the pain, came and we undertook the project for them. So by then, I was a field officer. I could organize everything. I could go to schools, high schools, colleges, to give an information and awareness on how voluntary medical male circumcision works. I tell you the mechanism. So guys, it's also an edutainment. So let me give you a cryptic and give you sessions. Let me educate you how voluntary medical male circumcision works and how it reduces its chances for acquiring HIV/AIDS by 60%. One, now I'm going back to classes because this is what I used to do. I've been also a teacher. I've taught because I passed very well. For those who doubting my everything, you can go to Kisumu Boys. In fact, I studied with Babu Eno, was my classmate. Just go to the class of 2005. There, Kisumu Boys. Go to the board. You'll get my name over there. In fact, I was a school captain as well. Go there, you check everything of mine, you'll get over there. So I'm not a Deons. Compare me with this witch ranting over here. It's none of your business. It's none of anything of all the above. So, what is medical circumcision? What is medical circumcision? Medical circumcision is just a minor surgical procedure, a medical minor surgical procedure, removal of the foreskin. And what is the foreskin? A foreskin is a sheath that is covering the male organs or the male glands. You see that rubber from the chan, and that rubber is what we call the glands. So that is what is being sized off. Why was it called circumcision? Size, which means to cut a small portion of it in a round manner. That is it. Then it's being sutured. So it's only a 20-minute procedure involving 20 minutes procedure involving 100 procedures to do that. So what was my role? I participated in mobilizing, I participated in giving the right information. I also participated in preparing the clients. I check your vitals. After checking your vitals, I take you to the operating room. I disinfect the operation area, all the linen. I sterilize all the equipment that are meant for medical procedure. Are you there? The suturing itself, the artery, mosquito forceps, the dunghill, my friend, all of those kind of things, the kidney dish, all those things, So, let me tell you, how does it prevent? The reasons why it prevents, once you see somebody who's not circumcised and it's got a foreskin, the foreskin itself is just like this mouth. If you open this mouth and this here, you see these whitish things over here. So that whitish things over here has got those are cells, and this cell, it's called Langerhans cells. So the Langerhans cells, these are the HIV receptor cells. So the HIV receptor cells has got high affinity for the virus. The virus, which means the virus loves them. The virus will come and get attracted to them, therefore they disappear. And being that virus itself is microscopic, you won't see the virus. The virus will get there and start multiplying. Are you there? Therefore, the study found that this is the reasons why the HIV was killing more people who are not circumcised, than to those who are uncircumcised. Are you there? That's why they had to roll this program buried in the Nyanza region to the people who are not circumcised, and they encourages people who are not circumcised to come for medical circumcision. So those are the project I was running, the male sexual health program. Secondly, that's why they came and they started to remove the Langerhans cell. So the removal of the foreskin, which means you'll pluck the foreskin with all its Langerhans cell, such that your penis will remain without that foreskin, without Langerhans cell, because the foreskin at the inside has got the HIV receptor cells or Langerhans cells has been removed. Are you there? Such that after healing, when you have to do sex, unfortunately, if your partner had HIV traces and virus, therefore there is nowhere the HIV virus could penetrate. The HIV virus could stay for the longest time, because by the time it shall have healed, the gland itself shall develop hard. No penetration. There shall be no wound. Are you there? Because when you have the foreskin itself, the gland is always wet. Are you there? The high temperature that is also sweating over there, is highly prone to sores, highly prone to very many kind of things. While the foreskin, when it's removed, the gland itself gets used to the ravages of the boxer, of the jeans, of the weather. It even changes color to be black and tired. Just for example, if I take you, the person who has been wearing shoes for a very long time and socks, and that street boy or a mad person who is in the street with barefooted, look at that feet. The feet has developed a very tough membrane. A feet itself can stand on a stone and doesn't get injured itself and breaks. The same way the circumcision itself works, because by that time you shall have developed a very hard glands that sometimes is not easy to tear and wear. The foreskin, when removed, the tear and wear shall have gone, which means it has reduced your chances of acquiring HIV and AIDS. So voluntary medical circumcision itself, that's how it was prevented, because all the chances that was contributing, all the precursors to HIV and AIDS through circumcisions has been revolving around the foreskin. That one has been plucked off and removed. And that is how I underwent through surgical male circumcision in 2002. In 2002. Are you there? When I was in Form 1. In 2002, when I was in Form 1 with the UNIM project. Are you there? So stop all this verbal nonsense. You know, the people who are calling the Lu Nations this name, these are the people whom they're calling us, but we smash their ladies. We smash. There are people from their communities. They love when they see that foreskin. They will lick it like a lollipop. My friend, circumcision does not make you a man. A man is a man created by God in God's image and likeness. When you are brought on this earth, all those cultural kind of things are hogwash. The world population is about 10 to 15 billion. The population of 10 to 15 billion is only 1%. 1% of the world populations are circumcised. The rest are uncircumcised, which means 99.99% are not uncircumcised. The people, these whites you see, all the Wazungus, all the whites, all the Russians, these people from Europe, all the Wazungu that you find, the African ladies, even Amqarol is preempting to be having a relationship with some Asians. They don't go under circumcisions. That one has never prevented them to do inventions. Those have not prevented them to develop their countries. Those one have not prevented them to upbring families that are well respected also there. Barack Obama was never circumcised. Trump is never circumcised because they're never. But people has got a free choice and a free will to go and circumcise. So don't force to our throttle your cultural practices. Leave it at home. It's not in our domain to discuss other people's culture. And you must have respect that. So guys, that's why in Kenya we suffer, because they only bring that debate to Chadi Luos. They thinking that will be. That idea, it was an idea still 1963 to date. People are still talking about it. They are wired to call the Luos such kind of names, thinking that I'll feel bad. I will never feel bad. I'm very proud of my culture. I was brought in it. Kuacha mila ne mtumwa. I'm not an alien in my own country. I'm not an alien in my own tribe and clan. How brought up is that. And that's the same reasons explained as why unto Kenya, we are so backward there. We've never not developed, but that's because the people who can develop this country have been called uncircumcised and then be called unwanted into Kenya. So the issues in Kenya when it comes to leadership and voting, the discourse and the deliberations and the matters of discussion is about manhood. So people voted for manhood against the wisdom. People voted for manhood. People voted for circumcision. Now the Gen Zs are out crying just because they voted for circumcisions. They voted for their manhood. In fact, Amqarol, fuck you.